Oh my god, dude. So fucking dead.
Jesus.
So
Wait, is that a
fucking
real
dead.
picture?
I think that's a real photo. So that's
Jesus, is that true?
that's delightful.
What is that actually? That actually happened.
Of course it happened. I think this is a reflection of how just
Oh my god.
dark we've become.
Oh my
A
god.
lot of weird forces that.
Oh, well. Now, I did predict they would do this. I did not predict Rotten Tomatoes would go to the extent that they did to try and pretend like this wasn't 100% about protecting Captain Marvel's earnings at the theater. Now, in this video, I'm going to share Rotten Tomatoes' hilarious excuse for doing this, as well as some information that you might want to know in terms of the actual corporate ownership structure of Rotten Tomatoes and exactly why they probably did this. So if you've been following the Descent into Madness, the Captain Marvel Do I Want to See It poll, you'll know that I think it bottomed out at about 26%, meaning, 64% of people on the planet said, I don't want to see it. 74. Sorry, 74. Jeez, it's early. Sorry, I got up early hoping that, to do this video right away. Of course, it was a bit of a meme, a bit of a goof, a bit of a gaffe. There are legitimately lots of people who had no interest at all in seeing it. See, what happened last night, though, is astute viewers wanted me to know, oh, look, they got rid of this tomato score and audience score completely. Well, there wasn't a tomato score before. But you know what's even more nefarious about this? What's even more disgusting is that they put only an option to say that you want to see it. That's it. So all you can do is leave positive feedback. Wow. I mean, imagine running a review site, a site that is supposed to be, for the viewers, and removing their voice. Moving their ability to say anything. And we see how this went over for Epic Game Store, for example. But then they put out this hilarious meme of a post. And we're going to take a look at that as they attempt to justify it. As of February 25th, we will no longer show the, quote, want to see percentage for a movie during its pre-release period. Why, might you ask? I think we all know why. We found that want to see percentage score is oftentimes confused with audience score percentage number. The audience score percentage, blah, 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 everyone on the planet knows the difference. What you will now see at the top of a movie or TV page once it is released is this. What else are we doing? We're disabling the comment function prior to a movie's release date. Unfortunately, we have seen an uptick in non-constructive input, sometimes bordering on trolling, which we believe is a disservice to our general readership. We have decided that turning off this feature now is the best course of action. Don't worry, though. Fans will still get to have their say once a film is released. Right, so once everybody's already made plans to see a film on opening weekend, only then will they find out that it's trash. Great. Sounds like a great service to your viewers, readers. Last but not least, you will notice we're making some layout changes. Through our research department, blah, 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 blah. And then they put, here's interesting, even more hilariousness, okay? So below, they ask, what do you think? And then they make us vote with emotes because there's nothing more boomer than that. And I happen to lay a vote, angry. Obviously, because it is absurd. Out of 3,000 responses, I'm rounding up significantly, okay? Roughly, I'll just say roughly only 10% of people upvoted this decision. The other 90% of people, well, yeah, I'm still say 10 because 293 and 59 say love. So that's 11%, okay? The rest of everybody either thought it was funny or they're overwhelmingly angry or sad about it. And then below that, they had a spot to leave a comment. I tried to leave a comment last night when this dropped, and it said that it had to be moderated by the Rotten Tomatoes team. And as you can see, as of 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, so about 12 hours after I left a comment. Not a single comment has been approved. So let me ask you this, Rotten Tomatoes. What did tomatoes ever do to you? You're making me angry at tomatoes, and they didn't do nothing. All right. And if we are to believe that your general reading audience is in favor of this, why are you getting completely BTFO'd on your own little poll here? You would think you would have your, quote, regular readers overwhelmingly in support of this. If you thought this was for your regular readers, you would have tweeted it out on your Twitter account last night, which I did not see. If it exists and I missed it, maybe, but I didn't see any formal announcement. If you were so serious about making this change to Rotten Tomatoes, you would have linked this somewhere on your homepage instead of simply burying it where one of my viewers had to send it to me in an editorial article buried on the site. This is absolute 100% censorship, baloney. And the thing is, the crazy thing is everybody was out there saying, I mean, not the smart YouTubers, because YouTubers know what's up, but the shill media was out there saying, it's getting review brigaded. It's getting review brigaded. No, that is an absolute 100% provable lie. The question was easy. It is a poll, and it said, did you want to see, are you interested in seeing Captain Marvel? Yes or no? All right. And at one point, 75% of people roughly said they didn't want to see it. That's okay. I mean, would you have done that if it was, let's say, a movie that, I don't know, was hyper masculine? I wonder. I mean, and this is a big pushback. I think in the recent history, I can think of two movies that really got crushed on Rotten Tomatoes in early scores. And it was obviously Brie Larson's Stronger Than Thanos, Captain Marvel, and then either The Last Jedi or Solo. Both movies took a pretty big hit. But you know what really is why a lot of these films get the negative reaction? It's because of the media. It's not necessarily because of the video or the trailer. Oftentimes, it's what the media does. It's what places like Rotten Tomatoes do to tell people, you know what, I don't want to see this movie. And here's a really interesting article or chart, and this is done by @ptolme_3. Hey, they follow me. I didn't even know that. So I don't know if they made this chart or not, but if they did, it's a lot of work and very helpful. You'll see this is posted. Media industry diagram updated to show Rotten Tomatoes, which is owned by Comcast, an NBC subsidiary with a 30% share held by AT&T, a Warner Brothers subsidiary. Oligopolies, by their nature, collude to maximize profit. Rotten Tomatoes can manipulate reviews for Marvel, Warner, Pixar, and Lucasfilm. Exactly. You'll see how everything works together here under a bunch of different shell companies. You'll see under Comcast, and you'll see down here Rotten Tomatoes, which is 30% Warner Brothers. Absolutely transparent. This is disgusting. If it was anybody else out there manipulating data, I think there would be more of an outrage. But, you're not going to see a lot of articles. You're not going to see a lot of articles admonishing this. See, I am a free speech absolutist for the most part. I've never come across anything that I think someone shouldn't be allowed to say. In review world, in film reviews, you would think that there would be at least one honest advocate for the community. Just because you don't like what the community is saying does not make them trolls, does not discount their opinion. You are offering a space for them to share their voice, which is what made your site popular in the first place. Think about that. Rotten Tomatoes basically is a place to check out film reviews. That's it. And then they added some functionality to buy tickets pretty easily using Flickster or something like that. But at the end of the day, it's a review site. Now you've basically removed a major portion of your user base's ability to leave reviews. This is not going to end well for Rotten Tomatoes, but I'm sure Disney shot them a little bit of money. You'll see, in the case of Captain Marvel, the negative pre-release fan reviews were entirely unfounded. Again, they weren't reviews. Say it with me. They weren't reviews. Why do people keep saying this? It was a poll that said, do you want to see the movie? So the fact that you call them a review is an open, provable lie. And the fact that you go further to basically, it's about pushing the narrative. Now I understand it. Now I understand. See, what it is they're saying it's a review, so then they can say the reviews are wrong, so you will still go see the movie. See what I mean? If they just said it was a poll, then all they can say is interest is tepid, let's push it more. Now they have the narrative where they can say everybody else is wrong, even though they haven't seen the movie, right? The movie hasn't even screened out of select press screenings in New York and LA. Critics who have seen the movie have mostly raved about it. I wonder why. Over the past few years, yeah, we read that. Additional changes taking effect. Yeah, exactly. And look at the top comment. Even, yes, I'm so proud of you all. Keep going out there and smashing this narrative. All right? It was never a pre-release review. How many times does this have to be explained to clickbaiting journalists? The score was removed was the want to see it poll. So I can't comment on a film I saw at a festival until it gets a commercial release. I mean, you know, didn't she kick people out of a press tour or something because there were too many white males? I mean, I'm so proud of these comments. I mean, holy crap. I can't think of another time where a narrative is this obvious, where people are this transparently working for the machine. Look, if you wanted to see it, you know, internet trolls will no longer be able to spam Rotten Tomatoes before a movie release. Why? You were asking, do you want to see the movie? All right. Now I have no reason to go to your website at all because I know you are now completely willing to silence any negative reaction if it goes against the mainstream narrative. Congratulations, both Rotten Tomatoes, and you should, as a viewer, take special note of all these clowns like Zach Schraff who write these articles and know exactly who they work for. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.